Of course, folks. So welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel, and I'm back with a Lego Market Wednesday. If you guys are new, we're going to be going over some retired Lego sets from 2023, 2024, as well as some of the latest GWPs and Insider rewards, and see how they're doing on the Lego market. Are they going up or down in price? Should you guys buy them now or buy them later if you want any for your own collection? I'll also be giving my thoughts and opinions as well. So if you haven't already, smash the like button and subscribe, and also make sure to join the Discord in the description below. We're sharing Lego deals, discuss Lego investing, Bricklink, ask any questions, showcase your mocks, and much more. Let's head over now to the PC. Alrighty folks, of course, so the first Lego set we have in today's Lego Market Wednesday is the upcoming GWP. We're going to be getting for Insiders Weekend this weekend. We have some brilliant Lego sets going on sale, but this GWP already has some data. Is it really worth going for? Let's see how it's doing. We have the Lego Mini Knights Castle. I don't know why it is Castle and not Castles, because we do get two in this Lego set. That is annoying me quite a bit. Lego set 40775, 590 pieces, and this GWP is going to have a threshold of £225 in the UK and 250 US dollars. A very high threshold for this GWP, but of course, if you are planning on spending over £50 on the Lego website, sign up to Rakuten using my link in the description below. You can get yourself a free £25 when you sign up and spend over £50 and get up to 11% cash back on the Lego website. I use it, a lot of other people use it as well. It is brilliant to get that accumulated discount as low as possible. Now, the GWP, in my opinion, is ultimately very disappointing. It is definitely no retro record player, which we got last year in 2024. The box art is okay. I think it would have been much better to give it that vintage box art style, which we got with like the Lion Knights Castle, because these are remakes of the vintage Lego castles, the Black Knights Castle and also the Knights Castle. But overall, it's just not really that great. I don't think it should be a GWP. I think it should be an Insider reward. I think that would have been much better, not taking up a GWP slot, but a £220 threshold, it's not that good. I think they look really ugly, and it is kind of showing on the Lego market because a lot of people don't really like the look of it, because at the moment on eBay it is selling for a pre-order for around £25. Do I think it is going to be dropping less than that? Yes, for sure. I can see this dropping to around £20, considering how many people are going to be placing orders, how many, amazing, big, expensive Lego sets we're going to be getting on sale, and this is going to be available both during Insiders Weekend and also Black Friday. So I was planning on doing pre-orders for this Lego set. However, it is basically a race to the bottom. It could actually reach maybe £15, but for me, it doesn't take up too much space. I don't mind holding on to it for a few more months, maybe making an extra £5, £10, £15. So yeah, it's just not really that great. It's disappointing, and it's definitely no retro record player. Let's move on now to the next GWP we're going to be getting this weekend during Insiders Weekend. Will it be doing better? Let's see. Alrighty, my fellow chums, the next Lego set we have is another GWP we're going to be getting during Insiders Weekend, and this one is actually doing a bit better than the Micro Knights Castle, and the threshold is lower. So let's see how it's doing. We have the Lego Buildable Hot Chocolate Stand Lego set 40776, 256 pieces, and this GWP is going to have a threshold of £155 in the UK and 170 US dollars. Now, the GWP, in my opinion, is definitely much better than the Micro Knights Castle. I was actually expecting this one to be the one with the £220 threshold, because it does look the better out of the two. However, it is good for those who do want it for their own collection, with the threshold being lower, as this is a perfect Lego set you can buy, build, and fit perfectly into your winter village. We do get two minifigures included. I do believe the torso on this minifigure is unique and exclusive, which is quite nice. The apron with, I think, a mini hot chocolate on the front, that is quite cool. We also do get two sticker pieces as well in this Lego set, which is quite nice, a seating area and this stand, which looks pretty cool. And it would be nice to see more Lego sets like this around this festive season in this kind of style, which you can fit perfectly into your winter village. So I definitely will be buying and building one for my own collection when I eventually want to build my own winter village. It looks really good. I can see a lot of people wanting to keep this one for their own collection. However, it is still selling on the Lego market at the moment, so it's actually selling a bit better than the Micro Knights Castle. The average is around £25, but we had quite a few sell for around £30 on eBay, which is quite good. One sold for around £34, but The latest sold was around £21. I do think that at the moment most listings are around 25, 27. I do think it will drop down as well. Do I think it will drop down as much as the Micro Knights Castle? No, in my opinion. It just looks much better. But do keep in mind that this GWP, the best time to be selling it is around this time of year, the festive season. You can sell it halfway throughout the year, but I don't think you'll be getting as much money. So if you're not selling it now, it is at least going to be around a 1-year hold. So do keep that in mind on whether you want to get rid of it now or later. I'm probably going to hold on to mine and sell them either later in the next year or the year after. Who knows? But I think it's a really good GWP people might want for their own collection. I will be covering them in another Lego Market Wednesday. So of course, smash the like button and subscribe. Let's move on now to some retired Lego sets. Of course, my fellow Timmies, the next Lego set we have in today's Lego Market Wednesday, retired last year in 2024, Lego Ideas set, but has it been moving since we last covered it? We have the Lego Ideas Tales of the Space Age Lego set 21340, 688 pieces, and this Lego set had a retail price of $44.99 in the UK and $49.99 US dollars. This Lego Ideas set was quite popular while it was on shelves. People were able to pick it up at a decent discount. I do believe it was quite heavily discounted at John Lewis throughout its shelf life. I do believe it's actually discounted by Lego at the end of the year down to around $35.99. We then had GWPs, cashback, insider points, etc. So you were able to get a decent discount on this Lego set. But we did cover this Lego set at the start of the year and it was selling for around £60-65. Now, has it moved from that price point? Well, no. On average, it is selling for around £63 on eBay, sometimes down to around £58, sometimes a little bit less. The latest sold was an auction and it sold for around £50. Not really that good. However, I'm sure a lot of people who bought this set for investing were able to get it at a decent discount. So, of course, it is a great short-term investment. If you get rid of it now, buy into other Lego sets retiring this year, not too bad, especially if your buying price was really, really good. But I decided to skip out on it, even though it was quite popular while it was on shelves. One of the more underrated ones. Didn't see loads of Lego investors talking about it, but yeah, retail price, not really that good. You had to get a good buying price, and that is key for a lot of Lego sets, but not really moving anymore this Lego set. Let's move on now to the next set in this video. Okay guys, the next Lego set we have is a Creator Expert modular building, one of the final few within this line and probably doing the best out of the bunch. We have the Lego Creator Bookshop Lego set 10270, 2,504 pieces, retailing for a price of $169.99 in the UK and $199.99 US dollars. So when I was getting into the Lego investing, it was just at the end of 2023. I was not really looking at these big expensive Lego sets. I don't know if they were very heavily discounted throughout their shelf life. I would assume so, especially as a lot of the Lego sets aren't really doing that great, but I was more focusing on the brickheads, etc. But I do think this is a really cool looking Lego set. Would I be buying it for my own collection? Probably not. I don't really plan on building my own Lego city because they cost a lot of money, but it definitely does give you something to do. There are so many things you can add, which is really cool, and I can see why people would want this one in their own Lego city. The bookshop, the exterior is really well done, and you also get a nice little house right here as well, and you can connect it as it is a modular building, and I'm sure you can make it so this connects to other houses. You could maybe just have this section on its own and then remake it in different colors. I think that'd be quite cool to see. I do like the dark blue and dark turquoise as well as the medium nougat, and I think that's either red or dark red. I can't tell from this angle, but it's a quite nice looking Lego set. The interior is okay. I'm not a big fan of this green down here, just personal preference. I think that is actually the basement, which is quite cool actually. It has a basement area, but I don't think you can actually fit a minifigure inside. You might be able to, but it has some curling stairs as well, which is quite cool. I like that. The interior, nothing really that special, but people are buying it for their own collection, and yeah, at the moment on eBay, it's doing pretty good. So £169.99 retail price. It's selling for around £198, £200, sometimes a little bit less to around £190, which is pretty good, especially as a lot of the other modular buildings, which are retired both last year in 2024 and 2023, aren't really doing that good. I think like the Assembly Square had around 4,000 pieces, retailed for a price of £250, and is only selling for around £200 at the moment on eBay. Not really that good, but this one doing very nice. So am I going to be buying any of the modular buildings retiring this year? Probably not, if I'm being honest. Just from history, that modular buildings haven't really done that great. I might buy one for my own collection, maybe the Jazz Club, if I get it for a decent discount, as it is due to go on sale this weekend. Of course, sign up to Rakuten, like I've mentioned, but it's an okay looking Lego set. Modular buildings, though, definitely high risk unless your buying price is really, really low. Let's move on now to the next set in this video. Alrighty, my fellow chums, the next Lego set we have is a cheaper Lego set which retired last year in 2024, and even if you bought it at retail price, you have made a really good amount of profit. We have the Lego Australia Postcard Lego set 40651, 191 pieces, retailing for a price of $13.49 in the UK and $14.99 US dollars. So these postcards within this creator sub-theme, it's quite cool. People are enjoying buying them for their own collection, and there is obviously many still on shelves at the moment. I do believe we have the Japan postcard, London postcard, the New York postcard, the Italy postcard, and I think we might be getting more in the future. I mean, they could do one for pretty much every country. Now, we don't have any due to retire this year in 2025. I do believe 3 are due to retire next year in 2026, but of course that date may change. Now, this one retailing for a price of $13.49. I don't believe it was discounted at the end of the year on the Lego website, as it is a Lego exclusive, but at the moment on eBay you've pretty much double your money, selling for around 22, 25, 26 pounds, and I do think it will keep going up, especially if we do get more of these postcards. Now, does that mean the ones that are going to retire next year will follow that same path? Maybe, maybe not. It depends, because I didn't really see many people talking about the Australia postcard, but I think a lot of people are already thinking this one's done insane, so hopefully the other ones do. It's going to be similar to the architecture, where older ones have done really good, lots of people then caught on, and then decide to, you know, buy a ton of the ones that are retiring. So I'm unsure. I'll probably buy a few when the other ones are due to retire, but a nice one if you want it for your own collection. Definitely check out eBay auctions if you want to try and get a good deal for it for your own collection. But yeah, seems to be holding its value very, very nicely. Let's move on now to the next set in this Lego Market Wednesday. Of course, folks, so the final Lego set we have in today's video, my friends, is a Brickheads Lego set which retired in 2023 and went out of stock basically halfway through 2024. It was that bad. We have the Lego Brickheads Jake Sully and his Avatar Lego set 40554, 246 pieces. This Lego set retailed for a price of $17.99 in the UK and $19.99 US dollars. Now remember that. Now, Avatar Lego sets, have they been really, really good? Not really, even though Avatar has been probably the most watched movie of all time. It's like the best in the box office, I believe. It's just made so much money, so many people enjoy it. They're releasing a new movie in December, I believe. I'll probably watch it as well. The Avatar movies are pretty good, but yeah, we do get these 2 Brickheads right here. We haven't gotten any more, and Lego either had a lot of stock of this Brickhead or nobody was buying it, because the Brickheads, they do look quite cool. I could see why people might want them for their own collection, especially those Avatar fans. But the thing is, this Brickheads Lego set at the end of the year in 2023 was discounted 40% off. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, at 40% off, loads of people are going to be buying it. Well, no, it stayed 40% off, then it went to 50% off in January, and then it stayed in stock until halfway through 2024. It just was not selling at all. And at the moment on eBay, because it was basically 50% off for so long, it is selling on average for around £8 to £10. Really, really bad. But this is a prime example of a Brickhead which, even though Avatar is really, really popular, it is just not doing good at all. And Lego sets, if they're 50% off pretty much all throughout their shelf life, they are not going to do good, even these Lego exclusives. So a really bad Lego set to buy for investing, even at 50% off, because you might only just break even at this point. But of course, it was kind of common sense. If a Lego set is still 50% off in January, it just isn't really that popular, and that is a good sign to me and a lot of other people that the Lego set is not going to be the greatest to invest to. Now, that's the final Lego set we have in today's Lego Market Wednesday. Of course, let me know in the comment section below any themes you would like to see more of. Maybe Lego sets that retired in 2021, 2022. I like to kind of get an idea myself of how Lego sets have done in the past, as I am relatively new to Lego investing, at least in comparison to other people as well. And I do want to try and help each other out as much as possible. So, of course, if you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe. Stay tuned for Friday's video, I believe. Let's move on now to the outro. Of course, folks. I hope you guys did enjoy today's Lego Market Wednesday. Let me know in the comment section below, did you manage to buy any of these Lego sets for yourself, whether it's for your own collection or for investing? And also, let me know in the comment section below any Lego sets you would like to see me cover, or maybe even certain themes that I should be going over in these Lego Market Wednesday. So a massive shout out to all of you guys for all the support. We're trying to hit 4,500 subscribers before the end of the year. We are very, very close, not that far away. So of course, if you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe, and join the Discord as well in the description below. We're growing this community, growing this channel as well. We're trying to help each other out as much as possible. So of course, turn that notification, ready for the next video. Big shout out to Dadcraft73 for being a member on my YouTube channel. And of course, goodbye, folks.